Hare Krishna, everybody, Dhanavad Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Welcome to McKinney Bhakti Viksha. So we'll start with Jai Radha Mantra. First, we'll start with Srila Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra, then we'll do Jai Radha Mantra. Let me share my screen. Namah Nupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashati Shatarini Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Ganavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Ganavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Ganavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajanarandana Yashodandana Prasanna Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giridharadhari Jaya Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Prasanna Ranjana Yashodanandana Prasanna Ranjana Yashodanandana Prasanna Ranjana Yashodanandana Prasanna Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक सतत श्री श्रीमद ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजक स्तोत्र सतत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। रामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा मैया यमुना मैया की जय। तुलसी देवी भक्ति देवी की जय। सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। All glorious assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glorious assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale. Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshtarine. Hare Krishna, everyone. Dhamma Pranam. How's everybody doing?
Prabhuji, how are you doing?
Good, Mataji. How are you?
Good, Prabhuji, going on. Sai Prabhu, saying something on you.
Hare Krishna, Sai.
Hare
Dhamma
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Sarita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Good. Okay. Oh, hi, Pranav. Hare Krishna. Nice to
Hare
see you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Pranav.
Hare Krishna.
Are you looking forward to your summer?
Yes.
Okay. Almost there.
Yeah.
14 days.
Huh?
Are you able to join us today?
Yeah, I can finish shlokas today.
Okay, perfect. What, Mataji, you were saying something?
I was saying only 14 more days.
Yeah, I know.
When are you moving, Mataji?
June 15th, Prabhuji.
Oh, it's near. Coming.
Hey, wait, June 15th is on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
I remember. Yours is June 15th and Parth is July 14th, right?
Yeah, I was on like June 15th and you're like moving here on June 15th and I heard that.
Yeah, on that day. So I'm going to come for a cake, okay, that evening.
That's exciting. So how old are you going to be, Pranav?
11.
11. Wow. Big boy. Okay.
Roach Middle School also, Pranav?
Yeah, I'm gonna Roach.
Middle School also. Roach Middle School also.
Oh, both of them are in the same middle school?
Yes, Pranav.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Wait, is she taking orchestra?
She might not take anything. She's into language. She's gonna take Spanish.
Oh.
Hola.
What? She's upset she's moving.
We're happy that you're coming, Nainika.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about it.
Sure.
15 minutes, right? Okay. That's okay.
Aditi, your voice is not very clear. Hare Krishna. Priyanka, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't been here for a while.
No problem. Yes, we understand.
Yeah. That's good for me.
Okay, so we'll continue our reading from chapter 7. So in chapter 7, where we left off was basically where now Krishna is explaining to Arjuna about the unintelligent men, and he also spoke to people. He also shared that he is never manifest to foolish and unintelligent people. So we read about that. So today we are going to read that how Krishna is going to now explain to Arjuna that how he knows everything that has happened in the past, what's happening in the present, and he also knows what's going to come in the future. So this is very interesting. So let's read from text 26. Pranav, you can read the... Is he there, Prabhuji? Pranav? Maybe you can read the Sanskrit for us.
Yeah. Vedaham samatitani
Vedaham samatitani
vartamanani charjuna
vartamanani charjuna
bhavishyani cha bhutani
bhavishyani cha bhutani
mam tu vedana kaschana.
mam tu vedana kaschana. Okay, Priyanka, do you want to read?
Yeah.
Maybe we have Priyanka before she leaves.
Yeah.
The translation? Okay. So, O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows.
Okay, I have a question.
Mhm.
So if Krishna knows what's going to happen, what's going to come, but then he also says that we have free will, correct? So how does that work?
We
He
don't
says
really.
that, huh?
I think it's that we don't really have free will.
So do we have free will?
We have free will.
We have free will. So if we have free will, then how does Krishna know what is to come?
Are we predictable? Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's not much you can do within the modes of nature. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. There's a boundary. There's a boundary in the material world. Okay. Yeah. Nice.
Mm,
What do you think, Bhakti Priyanka?
Well, the belt is there, but the rope is small.
oh, yeah.
So the radius that we can cover is very small.
Yeah.
So he knows, I mean, within the radius, how many permutations and combinations
Yeah,
are.
so like we're really predictable.
So
There's not much to do.
he knows we are predictable.
Okay. So fine. So the rope is small. So so Pranav, we're talking about this point that here Krishna is saying in this verse that he also knows all things that are yet to come. Correct? Krishna is saying that he knows all what's coming. But he also says that we have free will. Correct? We all have our own free will. So we are trying to understand how both of them work. If we have free will, then how does Krishna know what is there to come?
Yeah, because we're gonna do whatever we want to do. So how does Krishna know?
Correct. So one point which both Priyanka and Bhakti Priya Mataji made were, so Priyanka made the point that we're in this material world. There's only finite amount of things we can do within the three modes of material nature, right? That is one point. Bhakti Priya Mataji said that we have a rope around our neck and that rope is really small. So we can do only a few things. So my question now, and Sarita Mataji, what do you think? Okay, so my question is this. My question is that, okay, even if the rope is small, there's still a variety of things in that small area which we can do. So how does he know what we are going to do?
Because whatever we are doing, that's Krishna already decided earlier.
But then we don't have free will. But then that point that
Whatever we are doing, free will we are thinking, that is already, Krishna already chose that, but we are thinking that's a free will we are going. Might be.
Do you agree, Bhakti Priya Mataji? I see you're shaking your head.
No, actually. So we have two options, like two. One is according to our karma, the reaction, right? Reaction we cannot escape, but we have a chance to get out of it by doing a karma. So if we practice akarma, then there is a possibility that reactions don't harm much to us. Like they don't cause much pain. The reactions are there, but we don't feel pain. So I mean, but we have already taken the path of akarma. Then Krishna will hold us and pull us out of the misery. So, I mean, it's our choice, definitely. That is the free will. Our choice means I have to make that choice. That is the free will point there. It cannot be forced. He will not force us to come to him. By choice, if I'm going that direction, the love between me and him is better. If by choice I'm not going towards it, then by choice I'm choosing karma over Krishna. So then I have to pay for the karma, or I have to bear the results of the karma. So I know the rules, this rule and that rule. If I go this way, I know what will come. If I go this way, I know. So knowingly, if I'm making a mistake, then the result will be the same, right? The same severity will be there in the result. It's better than, I mean, unknowingly doing something is different than knowingly doing it. So there are differences. So I think the knowledge definitely helps us to make that choice, use the free will for the right reason, and not exploit the free will. So my
And there is one saying that, right? Like they will say, even if you think that you did this, but it is not done by you, it's actually, um, it was made by me. Like you are thinking it was done by you, but it's not actually by you. Even though if you say it's a free will,
uh,
So
what is that?
so
yeah,
that, yeah, good point, Mataji. So we are not the doer. So what you're talking about is we are not the doer. We are only desiring, but actually who's doing it is Krishna is actually is fulfilling our desires. Like what we desire, Krishna will make sure that that is happening. So we feel like we are the doers, but we are not. So that's that point.
but that does not mean that whatever bad things we chose to do is not decided by Krishna. Krishna
Yeah,
is not deciding that you do this bad thing. He's not doing that. It's our choice. We are choosing to do that, but the ability to do is given by Krishna, good or
Krishna.
bad, irrespective of whatever work we are doing, good or bad. Ability is coming from Krishna. He says, right? I am the ability in man. I am the first of power. So I am the power, right? He's the base super the powerhouse, and we are like the little electrical, out extensions of him. But I mean, so the ability of doing anything, good or bad, everything is coming from Krishna only. But our choice to choose whether to do good or bad is our choice. So our choice, he is not going to force us. Right? See, today you made a choice to come to the class. That
Okay,
is
so that free,
your choice.
so that free will, we are saying that it is like a by karma we choose that free will path, even though it is designed by Krishna.
Not by karma, it's both, right? There are two things. There is an aspect of a percentage of karma is there definitely, but a percentage of our free will is there, meaning my choice. In that moment and time, place, circumstance, what is my choice? What did I choose to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
So some karma effect is there. When we are suffering through something, that means we are suffering some past life karma activity, right? But at that time, place, circumstance, whether I choose to suffer or I choose to take shelter of Krishna is your choice.
That is our free will. There we decide, what we want to do. So some conditioning is already there from the past, but at that point when we decide that we want to actually come closer to Krishna, that is our free will. And Krishna wants us to come back to him by our own free will. He doesn't want to force us to come towards him. That is
Voluntarily, yeah, he will
voluntarily.
never
Yeah.
force or
So let us read the purport. Let's see what Srila Prabhupada tells us. Okay, Pranav, why don't you read? Yeah.
Okay. Here the question of personality and impersonality is clearly stated. If Krishna, the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, were Maya, material as the as the impersonalists consider him to be, then like the living entity, he would change his body and forget everything about his past life. Anyone with a material body cannot remember his past life, nor can he foretell his future life, nor can he predict the outcome of his present life. Therefore, he cannot know what is happening in the past, present, and future. Unless one is liberated from material contamination, he cannot know past, present, and future. Unlike the ordinary human being, Lord Krishna clearly says that he completely knows what happened in the past, what is happening in the present, and what will happen in the future. In the fourth chapter, we have seen that Lord Krishna remembers instructing Vivasvan, the sun god, millions of years ago. Krishna knows every living entity because he is situated in every living being's heart as the Supersoul. But despite his presence in every living entity as Supersoul and his presence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the less intelligent, even if able to realize the impersonal Brahman, cannot realize Sri Krishna as the Supreme Person. Certainly, the transcendental body of Sri Krishna is not perishable. He is just like the sun, and Maya is like a cloud. The material world, we can see that there is the sun, and that there are the clouds and different stars and planets. The clouds may cover all these in the sky temporarily, but this covering is only apparent to a limited vision. The sun, moon, and stars are not actually covered. Similarly, Maya cannot cover the Supreme Lord. By his internal potency, he is not manifest to the less intelligent class of men. As it is stated in the third verse of this chapter, out of millions and millions of men, some try to become perfect in this human form of life, and out of thousands and thousands of such perfected men, hardly one can understand what Lord Krishna is. Even if one is perfected by realization of impersonal Brahman or localized Paramatma, he cannot possibly understand that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, without being in Krishna consciousness.
So, so this is how, like, Srila Prabhupada is explaining. First, he explained the point about person and impersonal form, right? First of all, Krishna is a personality. People forget that part. They think that, oh, there's only, power or light, or that. So that's one point which Srila Prabhupada is making. Second point he's making is, we are in this material body. We are actually covered by these three modes of material nature. That's the reason why we are not able to remember our past, our present, and what is coming. However, Lord Krishna, he knows everything what is happening, past, present, and future. And this he explained in the fourth chapter when he explained about to Arjuna that I know all your different lives. How? Then Arjuna asked, like, how, Krishna, how do you know? How can I understand that, you actually know everything? Then he explained that, no, I had explained the same instruction to Vivaswan, who was the sun god, right? So millions of years ago. How he knows that? Because he is the supreme soul who is present in everyone's heart, right? Every living person's heart. And then in the end, Srila Prabhupada is explaining the only way for us to realize Krishna is by following Krishna consciousness. And how does that happen? By following the 9 processes of devotional service, starting with Shravanam and Kirtan. So very, very important for us is just by chanting the holy name, just by being in association of devotees, one day we will also remember who we really are, what is our relationship to Krishna, and who Krishna is. So that's very important. Yes, Pranav.
So this kind of reminds me of remember when we talked about the 3 Vishnus, and then the Vishnu that the Garbhodaka Vishnu that out of his pores, I think out of his pores comes like another Vishnu with all the planets, with the 6 with the planets and everything. And in Earth, there's another Vishnu in our hearts, and instead of kind of like climbing that long ladder and like having to go to faraway places, we can do Krishna consciousness and kind of tune in to that inner Krishna so that we can actually realize who we actually are.
Yes, exactly. So basically, from Krishna, we have the 4 expansions. So we have actually Balaram. From Balaram, we have the four expansions. From there, we have Mahavishnu, who's actually sleeping on the causal ocean. When Mahavishnu actually breathes out, millions of universes come out from the pores of his skin, of his body.
Yeah.
And in each of those eggs or material universe, we actually have Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, who actually is in each of those universes. From Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, we actually have a lotus flower. And on that stem, we have the 14 planetary systems. And Brahma is actually sitting on the lotus flower. And then we have all our 14 planetary systems, where all of us, the living entities, are on each of these different planets. And in each living entity, we have the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Karuna Dakshaya Vishnu. So we have Karuna Dakshaya Vishnu, Garbho Dakshaya Vishnu, and then Shiro Dakshaya Vishnu. So in our heart, we have Shiro Dakshaya Vishnu. Okay, nice point. Thank you, Pranav. Okay, let's move to the next verse. Okay, 27. Yes, Pranav.
Okay. Ichhadversha samuthena
Ichhadversha samuthena
dvandvamohena bharata
dvandvamohena bharata
sarvabhutani sammoham
sarvabhutani sammoham
sarge yanti parantapa.
Sarge yanti parantapa. Okay, Sarita Mataji, would you like to read?
Yeah, Prabhu. O Scion of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate.
So here now Krishna is explaining about all of us. All of us are living entities. We are born into delusion. Delusion means that we don't know. We don't know who we are. We have forgotten who Krishna is. And how this has happened is because we are bewildered by the dualities. So dualities are because of our desire, because we hate, we have so much hate in our hearts, we have now got covered. We are actually the spirit spark. We are actually the soul. But we've got covered because we are in this material universe. We've actually forgotten who we are, and we are just thinking that, I am this person, I have this family, I have to keep working so hard. Like we've forgotten that part. Okay, let's read the purport.
The real constitutional position of the living entity is that subordination to the Supreme Lord, who is pure knowledge. When one is deluded into separation from his pure knowledge, he becomes controlled by the illusionary energy and cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The illusionary energy is manifested in the duality of desire and hate. Due to desire and hate, the ignorant person wants to become one with the Supreme Lord and envies Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure devotees who are not deluded or contaminated by desire and hate can understand that Lord Krishna appears by his internal potencies. But those who are deluded by duality and nescience think that Supreme Personality of Godhead is created by material energies. This is their misfortune. Such deluded persons symptomatically dwell in dualities of dishonor and honor, misery and happiness, women and men, good and bad, pleasure and pain, etc. Thinking, this is my wife, this is my house, I am the master of this house, and I am the husband of this wife. These are all the dualities of delusion. Those who are so deluded by dualities are completely foolish and therefore cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
What didn't you understand, Mataji? Something which stuck?
Yeah, I mean, he's saying that whatever, if we surrounded by our family and, separated, we think this is my family and, I'm responsible for my family and all these kind of thing. They're saying that it's saying that it is kind of deluded or separated from the consciousness of Krishna.
So does that
which
mean
is
you
not
should just... Which is not?
So, I mean, I think like we shouldn't think that it's, until this is my family and all, we might need to start thinking about Krishna consciousness as well. Apart from.
So if you're not, so if this is not your family, this is not, so should you just give up everything and just leave and go to a forest? No, right? Can't do that. You can't do it. So being in this material world, being in the situation we are, in whatever responsibilities we have to constantly, by reading Shastra, by being in association of devotees, we have to realize that we are actually a spirit soul. However, we have actually come in contact, with all these different entities, living entities, and they are our responsibility. So we have to make sure that, we are doing our responsibilities properly. However, keeping Krishna in the center, like you were saying. Main point is we have to keep Krishna in the center of everything we are doing. Just like the swan when it is drinking water, right? Like if there is water and milk mixed together, and the swan is actually trying to drink, it will only drink the milk. So if milk and water is mixed, it will just drink the milk. Same way, when we are in this material world, we have to make sure that even though we are mixed in this material world, still we are doing our duties very nicely. However, we are keeping Krishna in the center of everything we are doing. Because if we are not doing it, then everything is temporary. This whole nice human life which we have got, we have wasted. So that is the main point. That is one point. Second point, what Srila Prabhupada here is making is that unintelligent men, they think that Krishna is created by these material energies. He's also born, he's also doing activities, and then he also disappeared, right? Like us. So they actually forget Krishna is actually appearing by his own internal potency, by his own free will. He is coming. Like next, on 14th of May, we have Nrsimha Chaturdashi. So it is appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev. So Lord Nrsimhadev, how did he appear? He appeared from a pillar. Why did he appear? To protect his devotee. From his own free will he came, because he wanted to show that my devotee's word will never perish. Right? His father asked, is your God in this pillar? And Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, he's there. And that's why he appeared. He appeared and he did. So this is the point. Pure devotees, we are not deluded or contaminated by desire and hate, and we can understand Krishna that he has appeared from internal potencies. How this can happen? How do we understand this? By constant remembrance of Krishna. Constant remembrance of Krishna. Smaran. If constantly, every day we start to remember Krishna, little by little, one day we will really remember who we really are. Hope that is clear. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Nice to see you. How's Mataji doing?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hari Bol.
Yeah, she'll be joining shortly.
Is she doing better?
Yeah, she's doing better. We went to the urgent care today, so we got late.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I mean, she had some stomach ache today, so I took her to urgent care. We just got back.
Okay.
They said it's like acid reflux pain, so they got some medication for her.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu. I hope everything's okay.
Easier.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Oh, you're looking better from last week.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I'm fine.
Okay, that's good. You have no fever now, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji, I don't have any fever. I'm fine. So
Okay,
no
that's
fever.
Okay, Mataji. Good to see you.
Sorry, we got little late. So
No problem. No problem. Glad that you were able to join. Okay, so we'll continue. We are on 28. Okay, so let's have both of you can read, Prabhu and Mataji. Go ahead. And we can have Pranav read the Sanskrit for us.
Okay. Yesham tvanthyagatam papam
Yesham tvantagatam papam
jananam punyakarmanam
jananam punyakarmanam
te dvandvamohanirmukta
te dvandvamohanirmukta
bhajante mam dridhavrataha
bhajante mam dhamrataha.
persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. Those eligible for elevation to the transcendental position are mentioned in this verse. For those who are sinful, atheistic, foolish, and deceitful, it is very difficult to transcend the duality of desire and hate. Only those who have passed their lives in practicing the regulative principles of religion, who have acted piously and who have conquered sinful reactions, can accept devotional service and gradually rise to the pure knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then gradually they can meditate in trance on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the process of being situated on the spiritual platform. This elevation is possible in Krishna consciousness in the association of pure devotees. For in the association of great devotees, one can be delivered from delusion.
It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam that if one actually wants to be liberated, he must render service to the devotees. Mahat sevam dwaram ahur vimukte. But one who associates with materialistic people is on the path leading to the darkest region of existence. Tamo dwaram yositam sangi sangam. All the devotees of the Lord traverse this earth just to recover the conditioned souls from their delusion. The impersonalists do not know that forgetting their constitutional position as subordinate to the Supreme Lord is the greatest violation of God's law. Unless one is reinstated to his own constitutional position, it is not possible to understand the Supreme Personality or to be fully engaged in his transcendental living service with determination.
Wow, beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Please share something, Prabhu and Mataji.
So this says that all devotees are on the planet Earth just to recover from this conditioned souls. The souls that we all have been conditioned because of the duality of hate and materialistic delusions, associations. and it tells that the impersonalists, they have no idea, they don't know that they have forgotten their constitutional position, and they as the subordinate to the Supreme Lord. You want to say something?
Yeah, so basically it's saying, you should be in the association with pure devotees in order to come out from that delusion. Because if you associate with materialistic people, again, it's like falling down.
Mhm.
And so if you want to be Krishna consciousness and if you want to elevate yourself, association is really important. Great devotees association.
Yeah. Like even when we were growing up, right, our parents said, keep good friends, right? Have good friends around you. So association is very important, very, very important. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's take it line by line. Let's see what Srila Prabhupada is explaining, and very, very amazing purport. This is a very amazing purport. It takes us from where we are to the transcendental platform. So let's first read what Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying to Arjuna, persons who have acted piously in previous lives, right? So not impiously, but piously, and who have given up sinful actions, those devotees are completely free from dualities of delusion. Delusion is they are very clear who they are, who Krishna is, what is our relationship to Krishna. And those devotees, they engage themselves in Krishna's service with determination. So now let us try to understand how can we come to this platform. So Srila Prabhupada is explaining how can we come to this platform of leading a pious life. So here first Srila Prabhupada starts is the eligibility of elevation to this transcendental platform is mentioned in this verse. Right? Krishna is giving us the secret of how we can come to this transcendental platform. Because somebody who is sinful, atheistic, so sinful, we will define, what is sinful being. Atheistic is somebody who thinks that Krishna is an ordinary person, right? There is no God. Foolish, like he thinks that he is Krishna. Deceitful, always trying to scheme and do something, difficult for others. For such people, it is very difficult for them to transcend this duality of desire and hate. So now who can actually transcend this duality and hate? Only those who are practicing regulative principles of religion, acting piously, and who have conquered the sinful reactions. Those people can accept devotional service. So now what is practicing regulative principles of religion? So Srila Prabhupada has explained that all devotees should try to practice these regulative principles, which are 4. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no intoxication. Those are 4 things which Srila Prabhupada has said, because these are in the mode of ignorance and mode of passion. As soon as we are not doing these 4 items, we are automatically at the mode of goodness. We have now come to the mode of goodness platform. And then what Srila Prabhupada says is that person, then they can meditate in trance on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And what is this meditation? Then we chant our Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So then when we gradually meditate on this aspect, the holy name, then we will be situated on the spiritual platform. Now, Renuka Mataji, you were explaining this, right? How is this possible? This is possible when we are in the association of pure devotees. Why? Because those great devotees, they are not in delusion, right? Because they are the ones who can actually deliver us from that path. Then the next point is very important to keep the right association. Why do all these devotees come? When devotees know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality, why are they coming to this material world? They're only coming for one reason and one reason only, which is to recover these conditioned souls. So they are so compassionate, they actually want to come and give association to all the devotees, to all the people, jiva soul, so they can actually take us out of this material world. So all we need to do is try to follow the 4 regulative principles, which is no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, and no intoxication. 4 things we should not do. And we should do, what should we do? We should actually chant the holy name, and we should have association of devotees. In association of devotees, we can chant the holy name, we can read Bhagavad Gita, we can read scriptures, right? So that is our program. Okay, any questions, any reflections? Bhakti Premataji, would you like to add something?
No problem. This is very interesting verse. The flow is coming very nicely. First, Prabhupada is explaining about delusion. When we are in 2 different mindsets, like the indecisiveness and all, we are deluded, and then we cannot make decisions. Then those cannot come to Krishna consciousness, right? But in the association of devotees, it is possible. So that is what we need to do. Find sadhu sangha and join, and try to regularly associate with devotees to get better.
So I have a question. So let us say we are having a very bad day, right? Bad day in the sense that nothing is going good, nothing is going well according to our plan. What should we do?
Chant and pray to Krishna.
Chant and pray to Krishna, okay.
Thinking about Krishna.
Huh?
Thinking about Krishna.
Thinking about Krishna, okay. What else? What else can you do?
Friends and share with them.
Yeah, have a good friend. Have a good friend whom you can call. Call a friend. Very important. Having association of devotees, right? So here, everything we spoke about. Sarita Mataji, you wanted to share something.
No, Prabhuji. Yeah, that's so like maybe, yeah, try to share with someone is what I want to say.
Yeah.
Also,
Yes.
Also reading holy scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita.
Yes. And why will that help? Very nice point. That's a very, very important point.
Because when we learn more about Krishna, we automatically kind of like less desire kind of elevate to a higher consciousness.
So basically,
that's a beautiful point. Yeah.
When your desire is growing, your expectations growing, and the bad day comes like that. So when your expectations are came down, then that could be a bad day for you, like when you are in the spiritual process, Krishna consciousness, your lifestyle will be a simple living and high thinking process. Your desire is always simple, and you have to live in a simple way. That doesn't mean like you just don't leave this Maya and just go to go to forest, nothing. You have to live in this Maya. You have to act in the Maya. You have to act in the Maya and live in the spiritual world. That is the concept of.
Is it easy?
No,
because it's easy with Krishna consciousness. People who are like more
Krishna consciousness.
People who are in Krishna consciousness, they just know, because we born as a humans and we took grahastha dharma, and we need to follow some responsibilities, and we are just acting here. But ultimate goal is to be in the Krishna consciousness. That gives the to please the Krishna. That should be our primary purpose of our life.
Very nice point. So one example is, let us say we've all gone through this. Like we were all kids, and let us say we did something bad, right? Something which we should have not done. We've all done something like that, right? And we were afraid, right? We were afraid, oh, we did this. But as soon as we told our parents, little bit they were angry, but then they were the ones who took care of us, right? So when we actually share our heart, with our parents, and who is our real parent? Krishna. When we share our heart to him, that Krishna, this is what we are going through. Please help us, right? Please help me. Please help me so I'm on the right path. Like Krishna will definitely reciprocate. And this point which Pranav made about reading the scriptures, very important. I don't know if you have ever experienced, whenever you have any bad day, just open a book, Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita, just open a page, just open, and you read, you read for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It is amazing. What you need to hear is exactly what you will be reading. You try that. Like Krishna, have you had that feeling, Renuka Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, yesterday itself.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happens all the time. So many things can happen, right? Like how Sai Prabhu was saying, we are in this Maya, we are in this material world. Material world is called Dukhalyam Ashashvatam. Padam Vipadam. Every step there is difficulty. Remaining in the same material world, we still have to become like this. Have you seen lotus flower? Lotus flower, if there is water, what happens to the water droplet? Does it stick? No, it just trickles away. Yeah, it just trickles. Same way, we have to become like that lotus flower. Whatever Maya is coming, it should just trickle away, because we should just remember, we are not this material body. We are actually the soul. We have a connection with Krishna. Krishna is our Supreme Personality of Godhead, is our father, our mother. He is going to protect us no matter what, right? That is the main point. And every day, how we can strengthen ourselves, little by little. How, like what Srila Prabhupada is saying, gradually, this is a very important point. We will not become Krishna conscious automatically, gradual process by meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Smaran. Every day, little by little, we have to do Smaran of Krishna. Remember Krishna. And then one day Krishna will help us. Okay. Any more reflections? Okay, we'll stop here. So we'll sing Narsingha Aarti. And next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, 14 is Narsingha Chaturdashi. There's going to be a very big festival at the temple. So I'll send you the details. But we should now itself start, meditating on Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, how many difficulties he went through. 5-year-old boy, how many difficulties he had. But yet, he was a sadhu, Mahatma, right? He was actually preaching to all his friends. His father did what all things? He had a big elephant trample him. He threw him down the cliff. He put him in fire, right? So many difficulties. But still, Prahlad Maharaj, even in the end, when Nrsimhadev said, what do you want from me? Ask for a benediction. His benediction was, please help my father, right? Please protect my father. That was Prahlad Maharaj. And this is what Srila Prabhupada is saying. These devotees of the Lord, they traverse the earth only to recover the conditioned souls from their delusion. That is compassion. That is real compassion, right? So we should all remember Nrsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj, and we should try to, make our mood like that. Okay, so we'll all sing together. Ready? Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Narasimha Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Anubhringam Keshavadisa Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Keshavadisa Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jayo Jagadisha Hare Jaya Narsingadev Jaya Narsingadev Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल